Alright, so this is build log 3. We have our case here. This is the Phanteks Enthoo Evolv ATX, and it's fully aluminum, and it looks awesome. It's got this kind of like charcoal finish to it, and it's got the smoky side window. No window on this side. We've got vents at the top that run the two sides at the top, and regular back plate, I/O, power supply, and on the front we have this awesome intake system where it takes air in all around the sides here. I'll try and take off this panel so you can see it. So inside here you can see we've got our dust filter, and if you pull that out, I don't want to break anything. You can see they've got the two 140mm fans in here. These are actually really nice fans, but I'm going to be taking those out, and I'm going to be putting in 120mm fans, because that's what my Rad is going to take. So we're going to put two 120mm fans in the front, three 120mm fans in the back, and we're going to keep the 140 that's in here already as stock for the rear exhaust. I'll open these up. The side panels hinge. The hinges are at the back. This is actually really cool. Move this out of the way. So these hinges are at the back so you can work on your stuff, but these hinges are actually just kind of just sitting on here, so you can just pull the door off like that. And the back does the exact same thing, and that's pretty awesome. It makes it really easy to take your sides off. You don't need any screws. We got this awesome kit full of screws. That's really nice to see. You don't normally get that with cases, so that's really nice to have. This comes with some extra drive cages, and I think it has a pump mount. I'm gonna try and somehow modify this to work. I haven't 100% figured out how I'm gonna do it yet, but that is what this video is for, to show how the things happen when you're trying to make them happen. So I'm going to grab the reservoir and pump top and pump, and we'll try and figure out where we're going to mount this and how we're going to mount this, because I think we might have to drill some holes. I might have to actually mount the front Rad here, because I don't know how much clearance I'm going to have back here, and also where the top outlets go on the Rad. Exactly where they're going to come out so I don't hit the top of the reservoir. So I'm going to need to grab the front Rad, maybe the top Rad, the pump top and the pump, and this bracket, and a drill, and that should be it. And we'll figure out how we're going to do this. Alright, so this is the pump we're using. It's a Lang pump. It's a variable speed one. You can see it's got the variable speeds on it. I'm not sure what the optimum speed is, but we'll find out. This is the pump top and reservoir. It's by AquaComputer, made in Germany. It's the Aqualis D5. Did I say this is a D5 pump? Because this is a D5 pump. 150 milliliter reservoir on it. This one's actually glass. A lot of reservoirs are usually plexiglass, but this is real glass with some kind of special coating on it, nano coated. It's in German on the top there. The only thing that I'm confused by is that it doesn't have marked inlet or outlet. I'm assuming this is outlet and inlet, but I could be wrong. It has an O-ring seal on the inside, and it comes with a second O-ring seal to put on the pump, between the pump and this bracket. So once this seal is in, you put your pump in, and then you put this on the back of the pump, and then this bracket goes on like this. I never really saw any videos on YouTube of how this mounts on or comes off, so this might be interesting to some people if they can't find it. This thing is completely useless if you want a nice pump top with a reservoir like this. So we got our pump top, our pump, D5 various pump. This we don't need anymore. We need this, we need these screws. And these look like they're Allen keys, so I need to find an Allen key for that. We got two Rads here. They're both by Dark Side. This is the 3 120 mil thin reservoir. Slim, not thin, slim. And this is the 2 120 mil slim. Nothing special, they're just flat black. They're very dense, densely packed fins, so should be getting some good cooling off that. I'm gonna need to mount this rad in the front and the two fans, because the fans actually hold this on. Alright, we switched sides. This is probably how it's gonna look for most of this build. You're not gonna really see much of me, you're just gonna see what we're working on. But I need to be able to see what I'm working on. This is actually the case now with all the sides off of it. You can see the front and the back. We've got lots of room for cable management. They gave us some nice cable straps here. Two drive caddies here for SSDs. They just pop off. You mount your drive in here. And that's basically it. You don't really need to look at the back. I already showed you the back. But what my plan is, sorry for the noise, what my plan is, so I'm going to mount this reservoir back here somewhere, but I need to make sure I have enough clearance for the rad, and I need to make sure I have enough clearance for this rad plus fans. That's another thing I need to worry about, is this rad coming up and hitting the fans too. But what I'm going to do is this has 4 screw mounts on the back, and this pump bracket that came with the Phanteks case actually has nice rubber pads. This is all rubber and these are rubber. So I was thinking to drop vibrations down, I would mount one of the screws onto here and then drill a second hole. And this bracket should actually fit right on the case somewhere. Maybe about there. And I think that would work out perfectly. I think there's enough room here. I still need to be able to get a line in here to fill this up. And I think that our rad will clear there. The only other thing I'm worried about is the video card, because it's super long. It might hit here. I'm gonna go grab the video card and check that out. Alright, so I got Big Bertha. So if this is mounted onto here and mounted up to here in this type of location, will the video card hit? The video card is going to be screwed into here. Oh man, it just clears, so I think it'll be fine. So let's drill a hole in here. Need to get a measurement. Looks like 1 5/8. Check it again. Sorry, and by 1 5/8 I mean 2 5/8. Alright, so if we go on, maybe this one on the edge, this one here, and drill one here, should be golden. I think I'm going to take this off for now so that it's not in my way and I don't break it, because it is glass. Okay, so I figured out my solution. I'm going to use these two nuts, they're the same height, and these two washers. And I'm going to use those to counteract the amount I need to do in here. You're going to say, why is that all scratched? Well, I filed this down because there was a little bit of burrs from when I drilled through. But the way that it should work now Take this, take this, take the nut. I'm going to be using this screw hole and this screw hole to put a screw through the back into the back of the case. Now once this is tight, it's going to be almost impossible to get a screw through here. So I might have to drill the hole, pop the screw through, then tighten this on, and try and hold the screw from the back and put a nut on the back of the case. But this is my solution here for this. Put the washer, the nut, and it won't go through, so it's perfect. Oops. Nice and level. And the pump will go in here, and then this is going to mount on here. So I just got these stainless steel machine screws from Home Depot because I wanted something beefier. So I got these big screws, and they're going to go through here and into the back of the case. Same with this one on the top. And then I got self-locking nuts to put on the back. I don't know if I really needed self-locking nuts, but they're stainless, and if there's any pump vibrations, they won't come loose. So before I go and put this back plate on, I got my Allen key here, Allen wrench. We're going to put the pump into the reservoir pump top and show you how that's installed. I just rinsed this pump top with distilled water, so it's all nice and clean. I blew it out with the air first. We got two O-rings here. This first one is the bigger one, and it goes in first. It just sits in like that. And then we've got the smaller one, and it goes on after. So you need to just make sure that's cleaned off. Go through the wires. I'm going to set this pump as at maximum setting, I think. I might drop it back a bit. Then we want to put the wires to the back, probably. Then it ends up putting our adjuster right here. Now some guys bling up their pump and they have covers to go over it, but I didn't get that crazy. So I'm going to put this O-ring over this. Just slides over the pump. And then these line up, I assume. I'm going to leave these on here just because they need to be on. And let's mount this pump onto this bracket now with these little screws that I got. Pretty sure that will still clear the fans and the rad, but it's going to be really tough to fill. So I'm going to flip the case around and show you where I'm going to put these nuts into. So these are the two screws here that came out through the pump bracket. And this one I'm going to have to hold with a screwdriver in the back because it won't stay. I got these self-locking nuts like I was showing you earlier. Alright, so I got the super ghetto wrench, and looks like crap. Made in Canada though. It's probably made in Canada 80 years ago. So I got pliers. I'm going to hold the back of the screw from the inside and start tightening it. So that's tight on there now, and we've got our reservoir mounted good and solid. I'm just nervous about trying to fill the top because it's going to be super close to those fans up there. Rad and fan. I'll work on that in another video though. Alright, so we got the pump into the pump top, the reservoir washed out, and mounted to the back of the case with the anti-vibrating pad there. And I think it looks really clean and super simple. Yeah, so that's all for this video, and stay tuned for the next one. I'm going to be mounting the Rads in the top and at the front and see where they end up. I've got a nice gap here. I'm pretty sure it's a slim Rad, and I'm pretty sure it should clear that, but as I said, I'm kind of nervous about the fill plugs and how I'm going to be able to get liquid into here. I have a small tube that I can run. Yeah, so in the next video we'll be doing that, so thanks for watching and stay tuned for the next one.